BJJ practices, sometimes strength and conditioning can be really confusing. You see all these different style of workouts. You see these different splits. Sometimes people do like upper lowers. Sometimes people do full body. Sometimes people do body part splits. You see all these different things. And I used to give this example of nutrition all the time. It's like sometimes what you have to do, especially as the consumer, when you don't really know the details of strength and conditioning, like I do, or the strength coaches, you have to kind of look at what's similar. All right, and that's what really generates the results is the foundation, not these specific how people lay out programs, because there's a bunch of way to program. But if you do want to get results, if you want to get stronger, more conditioned for jiu-jitsu, you want to stay on the mat, you want to get hurt less, you want to recover faster, as long as these are in your program, you're probably going to see pretty good results. And obviously you can hire a coach to optimize it, but if you're not at that point yet, just make sure these are in your program. So number one is, do you have legit strength work where you're working on building strength? And this is usually done for low reps, say like 1 to 6 reps. The rest is long because we're trying to lift as much weight as possible, because this is going to help us develop the quality of generating a ton of force. So these are things like heavy squats, heavy deadlifts, heavy pressing motions. Even sometimes we could do chin-ups in this area. And then number two, now what you want to do you have assistance exercises that are going to help you get better at that? So for example, if you're doing a heavy squat, your assistance exercise might be a split squat. So it works a similar muscle group, and by getting strong in the split squat, it's going to help you improve the squat. Plus, this in the same category, this would be kind of your muscle building training, where you're doing higher reps, and you're going close to failure, so you can build some muscle. The next one that I would categorize is power. Are you doing something really fast and explosive for low reps? So these are things like sprints, medicine ball throw variations, kettlebell swings, jumps. I don't know did I say kettlebell swings. And these are usually done, again, kind of like strength, for low reps, high rest, because the whole point of building this is that we want our rep to be as explosive as we can. So we don't want to accumulate fatigue. The next thing that your program has to have, it has to address any mobility issues. Now, some people have mobility issues that they need to work on. Some people don't, but your program should address these mobility issues. Sometimes people will have a longer warm-up, and that will address the mobility issues. Sometimes other people like to write programs where you do mobility in between sets of strength training as you rest, to work on mobility. Other people will just do mobility on their off days. Again, it's not really like the order you do it is not the most important thing. The most important thing is that you, in some way, you have this into your program. And the last thing is, do you have a conditioning piece into your workout? And so whatever that means to you, because people come from different fitness levels. So you might have a certain weakness that you have to address. So like if you're really out of shape, like you might want to focus on doing zone 2 and aerobic work. If you have pretty good condition, but you want to be more explosive, so maybe you're going to do more like things like HIIT and like 10-second sprints, like ALAC work, or maybe you're going to work on sustaining a high output for a long period of time. So maybe you're doing lactic work. So that might look like 30 seconds on the air bike really quick, and then slow recovery for like 2 or 3 minutes. Whatever it is, you should have this in your program. So make sure that whatever program you do, that these modalities are in your program, so you can improve your jiu-jitsu and that you can get good results.